path to awe and wonder. I'm Mark Jenkins, and this is my mother, Betty.
Everybody, I'm shaking wildflowers at you.
To see the world in a grain of sand, and heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour. William Blake. It's been 8 years since my mom crossed over. Since then, I've advocated for caregivers and better elder care systems through my own company and a leading nonprofit. It felt so needed that I found it difficult to return to my life's work in experiential learning. I kept asking myself what was so compelling about being a caregiver for my mother, Betty. Why can't I leave it alone? And why doesn't it leave me alone?
I love you, my Marky.
I love you too, Mumsy.
Where's my sandwich?
I've come up with many answers over the years. Yes, caregiving was hard, even at times brutal.
Where are the two children?
But it was because it was frequently so beautiful, heartbreakingly beautiful.
Go out, Mark, I'm going to hit you. It's the kisses that makes me better.
The contrast was stark, but I believed the reason I couldn't let it go was because much of the darkness and suffering was not directly related to the disease, but to a lack of understanding. This unnecessary suffering is tragic, and I don't want others to have to go through it. Equally, I've been trying to understand why there was so much joy.
I'm no crap granny. I'm a no crap granny.
The winner of the Elder Olympics.
I'm the winner. I'm the winner.
You are,
I
Mumsy.
am the winner.
So much love.
I love you with all my heart.
Love you with all my heart, Ma.
And so often there was awe and wonder.
Surface, you would not only see the earth light up, but if you could record it, you could hear this moving wave of sound all the way around the planet.
Record it, Mark.
Oh, I wish I could. You could do that from outer space, Mumsy. If you could record that song, that'd be the song of the planet.
Yeah.
Be the planet waking up.
It's waking up. What an incredible thing. The planet's waking up.
Yeah, and it's singing.
How can we have more of this?
Okay, you have to tell me now, what are you up to?
I'm up to no good.
It's, of course, not easy to care for someone who has Alzheimer's, dementia, and cognitive decline. The difficulty, as I've seen it with hundreds of caregivers over the years, is that their loved one is literally changing day by day, week by week, often in a stepwise decline of mini-strokes. The roles are also evolving, and you must be with who they are moment by moment.
You're all a lot of bloody fools.
Is it?
Oh, what a horrible thing to say.
Mumsy, that's okay. What kind of a day have you had?
Bloody awful.
It's not easy until we can completely accept this ever-changing reality. How do we get our minds to stop pulling our loved ones back to some past version of themselves or previous role or relationship with us that's now out of reach for them? This stresses everyone involved, and as it continues, the person with dementia will decline rapidly. I believe they go mad because of the stress and heartbreak. More and more dementia experts now believe that the dementia behaviors are not caused by the disease itself, but a response to the stress, frustration, and extreme anxiety.
Well, I just wrote on a pad 22 years ago, what if everything I've been trained is a lie? What if people with dementia don't have any behaviours? What if actually we're killing them?
Few of us can live inside a negative story like this. It's not living to focus on what you're losing. It's also not enough to focus just on slowing down the loss. There must be a positive vision for the caregiver and their loved one. Increasingly in dementia care, there's a focus on the arts for good reason. There are stunning stories on the internet of those in the last stages of dementia playing the piano, painting, or like my mum, able to recite complex poetry.
James said to his mother, "Mother," he said he, "you must never go down to the end of the town without consulting me."
Parts of the brain seem undamaged by Alzheimer's dementia. Much of the left versus right brain research done by Speary in the 1970s has proven to be simplistic. But what is extraordinary is that every function attributed to the left hemisphere declines with Alzheimer's dementia. We're all well aware that in a society so highly dependent on left hemisphere functions, that this can seem like a death sentence. But those functions attributed to the right hemisphere, often undervalued in our society, are often entirely unaffected by dementia, and given a chance, can flourish. I suppose this could be called the beauty way of dementia care, or shift right to care. I know some of you will say, this is not real or realistic. It's a make-believe story like Peter Pan. But for a moment, can you imagine that each hemisphere of our brain creates quite a different reality? I spent 15 years between the ages of 20 and 35 working with some of the world's top scientists and medical researchers at Oxford University in England and the University of Toronto in Canada. Most scientists that I've met realize that the more they know, the less they know. Everything they discover spawns 20 more questions. Every particle gives way to another smaller particle. Every peek into the universe only increases our sense of its vastness. Some people are small-minded. They're blinded by their ego and insecurity. They pretend to know, to feel safe and in control. This approach is a death sentence for those with Alzheimer's dementia, because what they know is an ever-diminishing circle. Yet by following the path to awe and wonder, it is possible for those with Alzheimer's dementia to let go of what they don't know and embrace this bigger story.
When I looked out of the window, we saw all this when I was dreaming. Do you remember?
When you were dreaming?
Yeah, I was dreaming, and you said, "Come and look, come and look." Where's he come from, Mark?
It come from these little insects called fireflies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
From the little insects?
Yeah, these little insects. That's where all those flashes are coming from.
From a little insect?
A little insect that looks nondescript when you see it in your hand. But that little chemical factory inside their bodies, create these flashes of light.
Really? How amazing! How amazing!
As they lose their labels for things, They are naturally poised at the very edge of awe. No longer is that just a dandelion, a tree, a sunset, a firefly, or the dawn choir. These become miracles again. The world around us becomes animate and alive.
I brought my Marky. I brought my Marky to show you, little birdie. I brought my Marky to show you, little birdie.
Now I know why you speak in sing-song, Mumsy, for the last while,
Why?
the last month or two.
Why do I do it?
Because you're talking to the birds.
Of course I'm talking to the birds.
And when you talk to the birds, you speak in sing-song.
I do. Why do I do it?
Because that's how the birds like to hear it. That's what your birdie recognizes, the sing-song.
Oh, the sing
And so now you've been speaking in sing-song to
my birdie.
everyone.
Oh, I see. That's why I do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's the language of the birds, Mumsy, that you're
Language
learning.
of the birdies that I'm learning. The language of the birdies.
Well, maybe you can teach me the language of the birdies.
Why not, dear
Why
Marky?
not?
Sing, Marky. Sing.
There's science to suggest that this is the true nature of our universe, infinite complexity perceived as beauty. It's been mathematically proven that we as a species would go extinct within 2 generations if we were to actually see this level of complexity. Mum and I were both on a quest to be present moment by moment to the beauty of the world around us. This is where spiritual and scientific paths meet.
And at the same moment, we picked up our coffee cups and sipped the hot coffee, and we still had the donut, the taste of the donut. And at that moment, the sun burst out,
Yeah,
because it was cloudy up till that point,
yeah,
and then the sun came out.
yeah.
And so all of those things together made a perfect moment. We
Yes.
just looked at each other in surprise,
Yes,
and we just
did.
went and gave each other a kiss because we just experienced the perfect moment.
You're the perfect moment.
And we've had a lot of perfect moments, but we can't hold on to them. The sun went in, and the girl and the dog passed on. They went over the bridge, and then the coffee got cold,
Yeah,
and then we got a little tired of that donut, didn't we? We'd had enough of the donut,
we threw it away.
threw it away, but we'd had a perfect moment, and those perfect moments just make things worth living, worthwhile.
Yeah, Marky.
They do. They do. And we had that perfect moment together.
I looked after Mum's basic needs. I wrapped my cognitive skills around Mum, and then through her eyes, I saw the world made new again. We have the resources to meet our elders' basic needs. Why not care for their spirits by joining them in a world filled with beauty, awe, and wonder?
Beautiful to me.
The vision I have for dementia care is that one day a diagnosis will not be seen as a death sentence, more like one door closing as another opens.